Yo, what's going on, guys? HyperX here. Today I want to talk about No Man's Sky. We love our sci-fi games, especially ones with amazing exploration, ship variety, fun worlds to explore, and generally lots of things to do that make your journey throughout the game exciting. And No Man's Sky is a game that I played when it first released, but since then there have been a plethora of updates, so this is now an excellent time to jump in. So today I want to bring you 5 things you need to know about No Man's Sky since it first launched, so that of course you get a better picture as to some of the things you may have to look forward to. And I also want to take a moment to very kindly thank Hello Games for sponsoring this video. Also worth noting that you can basically play this on pretty much all platforms now, and as of the 7th of October, it's also available on Nintendo Switch. So if you want to get your space adventure on the go, then that is an option. But if you guys like the look of some of the things in this game after watching this video, definitely be sure to click that link in the description box down below to learn more. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you enjoy it, and of course stay subscribed for plenty more, and let me know in the comments down below if you've played No Man's Sky before, or if this is something that you're thinking of jumping into now that it's been updated. So, to begin with, let's start in at number 1, a whole galaxy to explore. No Man's Sky is a massive game. I mean, it has infinite possibilities. It is all about exploration and survival in what is literally an infinite, procedurally generated galaxy that you can explore. There are millions of planets, and with seamless surface to space travel from one planet to another, there's a huge amount of unique and cool atmospheres and biomes to explore from one planet to another. Admittedly, some planets you land on are not exactly going to be that hospitable, but the point is the freedom to just be able to hop in your ship, fly into the sky, go into the next galaxy, and land somewhere else is actually pretty awesome. Throughout your journey, you'll be collecting resources. Some planets are of course much richer in resources and certain materials than others, so exploring the galaxy becomes your natural form of progression as you play. On each planet, you can find and scan an insane variety of wildlife, which will be quite different depending on where you travel. Furthermore, as you travel, you'll encounter an array of alien civilizations to trade, help, or interact with. And within the galaxy of No Man's Sky, one of the cool things is, if you can see something, you can go there. This includes distant planets, solar systems, or even other objects you might find in space, such as the space anomaly, which we'll talk about more soon. However, it isn't all a pleasant sci-fi adventure, because there are dangerous threats that will also lurk in the shadows of the planets that you explore. Whether it's robotic sentinels seeking to destroy you and your ship, the dangers of hostile atmospheres, or aggressive wildlife, basically you're not safe if you don't take the proper precautions whilst travelling from planet to planet. However, moving on from there to point number 2, something to do for every type of player. No matter what tasks within a game are your personal priority, No Man's Sky will probably have a system in place to scratch that itch. If you love exploring, as mentioned before, you have infinite galaxies which will keep you busy. Exploring from one planet to another and gathering resources is a great way to make some credits, because in some systems where certain resources are harder to come by, they'll actually sell for a lot more. However, there is so much more to do. For instance, you could build and craft a fantastic base of operations anywhere on any planet that you choose, making space for extra storage, you can grow fauna and much more. But do keep in mind, finding somewhere with pleasant atmospheric conditions might be something to look out for when building a base, because you might not necessarily want poison gas everywhere. So do of course keep that in mind. However, if you want something more mobile, you can instead build a base on your own freighter, which is protected by your own fleet of ships that you can expand should you have enough credits. And if building and crafting isn't your thing, you can also take on more combat and survival focused activities like battling powerful sentinel forces to gather blueprints and parts to build your own AI robotic combat companions to make some nice credits. So you can either focus on playing in whatever way you enjoy most, or just dabble in it all. Plus, that becomes even easier when you select your modes when you start a new experience. If you don't want to dive super deep into all the complexities, there is a much more relaxed way to play. Meanwhile, if you want your space travel to come with a bit more pressure, then there's even a hardcore survival mode. Basically, lots of ways to play. However, moving on from there to point number 3, you can play solo or with your friends or other random explorers. Previously, mentioned that of course the space anomaly was something you could encounter. Well, this is actually your multiplayer hub. You can meet up to 32 players in the multiplayer hub when you summon the space anomaly. This can be done from literally anywhere in the universe while travelling through space, and within the anomaly, you can form a group, go out on intergalactic missions together, or even visit each other's bases if you have something to show off. And honestly, while playing solo is still really cool, playing these kind of games with friends is a fantastic way to enhance the fun, because getting to explore these fantastic worlds together is just a blast. However, if you don't necessarily have a group of friends that are into the same games or jumping into this, you can also team up with other random explorers, so you never need to feel left out. However, moving on from there to point number 4, and definitely a reason you want to check it out, is that if you play now, it includes all major updates since the original launch. No Man's Sky has had a bunch of updates since its release, from small to massive. Loads of new content, systems, missions, and much more have been added into the game. So even if you've played the game before, now is definitely a fantastic time to jump back in, as there is so much more to do and see. There's been a wealth of visual upgrades, quality of life improvements, performance increases, difficulty modes, customization options, UI and menu redesigns, and new content added in, such as a variety of vehicles, exosuits, AI companions, stuff like that. Personally, I was super excited to see the game receive so much post-launch support, because even when it first launched, I definitely had a bunch of fun with it, but seeing the world continually expand with some of these major content updates has been incredible to see. So with that being said, point number 5, platforms and releases. As mentioned, you can play this on pretty much any platform. This is available on PlayStation, PC and Xbox, and more recently, again as of October the 7th, it's also available on Nintendo Switch. So if you want to take your adventure on the go and explore space while you are out and about, you can do so. And honestly, the game actually works really well as a portable title. It's great for both short and long sessions, because you can either jump in, farm a few materials really quickly on the go, or you can sit down for an epic exploration and search out some new galaxies. Either way, if you guys do want to find out more, definitely be sure to hit that link in the description box down below. But for the time being, that's a little rundown on a few things you need to know about No Man's Sky if you guys are jumping back in for the first time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you've missed some of our recent videos, you can check out one of these ones linked on screen. And otherwise, keep it locked for plenty more on the channel.